So in this video we're gonna be replacing expansion valves. I never done it before, so it should be fun. I replaced roughly a dozen compressors, condensers, a lot of the AC stuff, and I never needed to replace expansion valve before. But maybe this time now. It should be noted that this is 2006 model with 260,000 miles, and I know for sure that expansion valve was never changed. So to get started, I'm gonna remove the glove box. Gonna take this out of the way. And I'm gonna disconnect this one. By the way, a good way to know that expansion valve was never changed is this plastic piece is still in place. Honda saying to change expansion valve you have to cut off this plastic piece, and the fact that it was never cut off means expansion valve was not replaced. And now it's held just by two bolts, one's right here, one's on the other side. And size of those bolts are 8mm. Now I'm gonna remove this Phillips head screw. Same thing on this side. And now there are two 8mm bolts. One is right there, one is right here. And I feel there is another bolt on inside, on two sides. That bolt might be 10mm. It just falls down when you slightly prise this towards you. I'm gonna try to use this tool to make the cut. This side looks really good. This one went off a bit, but it's all gonna be covered anyway. So this is garbage. Now we're gonna work on this piece. And I see one Phillips screw. Can see if there is other screw holding this bottom portion. Oh, it's actually came off, and there's other screw. What's weird is I didn't have to do anything to it, it just kinda came off by itself. Maybe someone was messing with this before. So now I'm gonna take out this connector. And it's out. I'm gonna remove this 10mm bolt. I just pulled on this one, it came out. Might have broken it. Oh well. Now I'm gonna remove this one and this one. And that's also 10 millimeter. Now this one right here. I see one right there. Now I could be wrong, but I believe there are just two more nuts, and it's one right here and one right there on the other side. Kinda tough to reach this one. Might be better with shorter extension, but this seemed to be working too. This side a bit easier, just because you can put couple extensions and get to it. Now we're ready to remove it, and I think it'll be a bit better if I'll unplug this blender actuator or whatever that piece does. Now I think nothing is holding it, and let's see if it will come off. Wasn't too bad, but wasn't too easy to take it off. Had to move it down a bit. Now that this piece is out, I'll be able to clean all this stuff. This gasket or whatever it is in bad shape, but I don't think it's a really big deal. Now I'm gonna be working on removing this box, and it looks like just a bunch of Phillips screws. And I'll unplug this one too. That box should come out now. Okay, I feel like there is one more on the top. Right there. Couldn't get a good shot of actually removing it, but here it is. And there's another one or two here. And looks like that's it. Not sure if I'll have to actually remove this piece further, probably not. And here's the expansion valve. So now we're gonna work on removing expansion valve. Make sure you don't have any refrigerant in the system. I forgot to close the cover, so it was leaking from here, so I don't have any more. It was low anyway. If you have refrigerant, take it to a shop and get it recovered. Now, to remove the lines that are going into expansion valve, Looks like I have to remove those two 10mm bolts. One more right here. Those two bolts are the same size. And let's see if he'll come off easy or not. Yep. Now I'm gonna remove those two bolts. It's hex 4. Now I should be able to remove this plate. It looks like this whole piece comes off. Looks like everything comes off. Okay. Off camera, replace the O-rings and put peg oil just around them. And O-rings I used for this case are the ones that came with expansion valve. By the way, expansion valve I'm using is Denso, and I'll leave them as an affiliate link for this expansion valve. Not sure yet how to take this one apart, but I see little grooves, little holes to put flathead screwdriver in, so we'll see if that's gonna help. It does kind of take it apart a bit. Okay, it's out. And I'm gonna remove those O-rings. That's a new Denso expansion valve. And I'll just push this in right here. If you happen to know purpose of this tape, let me know. I guess I'll put it on the other one too. Although now it doesn't look as good. This piece is good to go in. And actually, before I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna remove those two old O-rings. It might be easier to remove it from engine area. Not sure if you're able to see, but I removed the smaller one from the engine bay area. And I'm gonna be installing new ones from the engine bay area as well. This one's gonna go to the bigger one, and this one to the small one. In case you didn't see it, I put peg oil on the O-rings as well. Now I'm gonna install the expansion valve, and those two bolts are pre-rusted, so I'll use anti-seize on them. And even before tightening those bolts, I'm gonna insert expansion valve all the way. As you can see, just a bit of anti-seize. I'm gonna use ratchet, and keep in mind, very important here, don't over tighten it. You can obviously use ratchet, but as soon as you feel just even a bit of tension, you could probably do like 90 more degrees maybe, and that's it, not more. Just now start to feel tension. I'll just do a little bit. It's good. That's good. Now I'm gonna work on this area. I'll just plug those in. That's those two 10mm bolts. And again, be careful, you're dealing with aluminum. You don't want to mess up the material here. When you can, always start by hand tightening it, and hand tighten it as far as you can. Here, with my hand, I push the line in and then hand tighten it to make sure that O-ring is seated properly and connection is good. Now I'm gonna use ratchet, and again I do about 60 degrees, but not more. I think I did more here, maybe 90, maybe 180. Point is, not much. As soon as I feel pressure, just a little bit of pressure, I stop. I'm gonna use air compressor to clean this from dust. I'm gonna add silicone lubricant just in a couple of those places. Now I'm gonna put this box back. I can't get camera that far, but don't forget that there is one right there. And looks like there's just 3 at the bottom. And now this box is secure. I'm gonna connect this connector into blend door actuator. I think that one is for mold. Now I'm gonna work on inserting the blower motor. Might be kind of tough because it's a bit heavy. I think the best way is I'm gonna secure first those 2 nuts on the top of the motor, here and here. It is really tough to take it out, so I'm gonna try to remove this piece because that's definitely in the way. Definitely better. Before securing it more, hopefully I'll be able to put this piece back on. I'd say if you'll be able to, try to put this in without removing this, because to put this back in place I had to pry out this metal piece and it wasn't easy. One more nut at the bottom. Bolt. Now I'm gonna tighten those two nuts on top. That small piece broke, I'm gonna have to get a replacement. So after you plugged in this connector, put this cap on and one Phillips screw here and one over there. It is kind of hiding behind this cable, but it's over there. And then this clip, you should be able to get it secured by some kind of plastic screw. I don't recall seeing one in my case, or I misplaced it or broke it, not sure. But it stays like this fairly well. This stuff to secure, to align this and this side together, so I put screw here and I'm gonna align this one to make sure this side's not gonna fall down. Now I'm gonna change some bolts here a little bit. I use this one just to get it to fit, and I wasn't sure which bolts go there. Now I confirmed that those bolts are actually going to those holes. But I don't want to take it out yet to mess this up. Instead I'm gonna secure that small bolt right there. And the bolt is 8mm. Now I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. And now I can replace these bolts with correct ones. Now we're ready to install glove box. It's gonna be kind of tough putting those screws in, so I'm gonna aim glove box like this. So I'm gonna align the tabs right here. And then I'm gonna hand tighten the screw. Those bolts are also 8mm. Kind of tough to secure it, so I'm gonna try to close glove box and hope it'll give me a better access. Definitely does. So here's the replacement. Problem is it broke while it was on delivery here. As you can see, one of those prongs, shafts, whatever you want to call it, is there, and another one broke. And Honda actually refunded me, so before buying another one, I'll see if this one would work anyway. I'll start by removing this broken one. It's a 10mm bolt. So as you can see here, two of those are here. On the one I got from Honda, only one. So that's secured. And it looks like it is working. Now I'm gonna put this piece on a glove box. Looks like it's working. Finally, I can put those back. So that's how I replaced expansion valve on 2006 Honda Ridgeline with 260,000 miles. It should be noted that expansion valve was never done on this vehicle. As you saw, the plastic piece was still there. Takes some time to get it done, but it's definitely doable. I'll provide Amazon affiliate links for the expansion valve and tools I used to get this job done. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll try to respond as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. See you next time.